What's going on, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to Hardknock Raw. Sit down with the Ohio player.
And your boy Hardknock James.
Let's get the show started. I'm ready to get to it. The world been wanting it, so let's give it to him.
First topic, man. How do you feel about the sports thing? Do you feel like, far as parent-wise, how do you feel about parents forcing their kid to play football? Do you think they should, the option? So how do y'all feel in the chat? Do you feel like your kid should have an option to play sport, or you think forcing them to play sport is a good thing? And if you're forcing them, do you think that'll make them hate the sport?
We were talking about this earlier. I feel like it's two different types of parents when it comes to children and youth sports. It's the one that live their dream through their child, and it's that parent that wants their child to get off the couch and do something positive with themselves. Okay.
So I kind of forced them to play, and then, as they got older, I gave them the option. And, sometimes, you take your foot off their neck, and you kind of like, oh, shucks, I wish I would have kept my foot on their neck.
I mean, yeah. So a lot of, that's where it get misconstrued at, where parents feel like I'm forcing my kid to do something. He has to play this sport or he has to do that. But honestly, little Johnny or anybody like that, you've been a parent. You just want something better for your child. You don't want your child to be out here in the streets, or you don't want him to sit in the house all day. So you figured out a sport for him, and he liked that sport, so he playing that sport.
So that's the question. So chat, make sure y'all leave y'all comments and how do y'all feel on that topic. So how do y'all parents feel about youth sports today? A lot of I see a lot of comments daily as far as sports is going in the wrong direction, things is going downhill. In the chat, how do y'all feel, and why do y'all think that is? Why you think sports is changing in the wrong direction? Well, let's get on to that topic. How do y'all feel in the chat about I see a lot of teams now changing and adding that title to the end of their name, elite.
Yeah, how do y'all feel
about that? Like, do you think people need to earn that title to add elite to their name, or you think people are using that as a marketing scheme just to hey, you can get more kids this way. You can get more parents, a bigger following if you're adding elite to that name. And I feel like a lot of people are adding elite to their name, and not necessarily elite teams or organizations. I think everybody deserves that title. And when you hear that name, elite, what does that mean to you?
Man, when you hear that name, elite, that means that you're preparing your kids right. You're going to feel you're dominating. There's nothing left behind. When you're elite, you're winning at the elite level. Right. You won national championships.
Right.
And you know what I mean? You're out here, you're absolutely dogging your conference or your region or your city. That's when you can put elite on your name. Now, if you're not dogging your season, your region, or anything like that, or you don't have no national championship behind your belt, how can you really call yourself elite? Right? I mean, honestly. And then they want to call themselves elite. And then they want to go on the road and get beat.
Hey,
but to tell you,
I feel like they need to earn that title to put elite onto an organization name or to any team name. Like I said, you dominate and you didn't earn these titles. You was last year and year after that Super Bowl, and it's time for a change. And maybe you traveling, or maybe you just staying local, and it's like you've been dominating so long, so let's go ahead and throw the lead on it. But everybody can't just be elite, because everybody's not elite.
Everybody not, bro. I mean, how can everybody just be elite? I mean, you can't be elite unless you're really proven to be elite, or that you've been approved as an elite team. How you be proved as an elite team? You went out there and you earn respect from coaches outside your city, your state, and they respect you no matter where you go. That's how you become elite.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. Next topic. Since we about to start off this spring right now, and
I got the schedule.
How do you feel? You think it's a good thing for people to be hopping out there early and training and doing everything they need to do. Starting out early. Chat. Do y'all think it's necessary for organizations to be preparing early? Getting out there, getting these kids early training. Early development, skills, speed, whatever it may be. Like I said, I've seen a lot of organizations having took breaks since last year. I think it's a great thing. Like I said, as far as Columbus and Ohio, period, I feel like a lot of teams are trying to make it to Florida. And if that's your goal, I think starting early is a great thing. It's a great thing.
Starting early is a great thing.
Because when you make it to Florida, you're playing teams that play all season round, man. Them kids don't take breaks, so it's like playing outside of 270. You should have them kids outside or inside some training facility, getting that work in, preparing them for the next level.
Right. And then also make sure that y'all preaching to y'all parents that had them kids to put in the extra work outside of practice.
Facts.
You only get them kids about an hour or two, so you got to make sure that you putting in that extra work and getting it in and making sure that they're working hard outside of
what the
what
coaches
you're teaching them.
On to the next topic, man. How do y'all feel about travel football? Do y'all think it's important? You think it's necessary? What do y'all think in the chat? Traveling ball is not for everybody. I'm gonna say that. Is it necessary? If you want your kid to be elite, you want them to play outside of 270, you want them to get a different experience, then I think it's necessary. But it's not important. It's not important if your kid isn't ready for that. If you ain't ready for that as a parent, then no, it's not important and it's not necessary. That's just how I feel.
Like the travel ball. So it depends on who you choosing your child to travel with when it comes to travel ball. It depends on a lot of things when you want to consider yourself as a travel team. You don't want to just put any team on the road. If you're not that coach that could adjust on the fly, if you're not that coach that could really prepare your kids, if you're not just that coach, don't be a travel coach. Please don't. Stay home and play rec ball and, you know what I mean, get your skills up to par. Win a couple championships at home.
Right.
And then when you feel like there's no more competition at home, then you test the waters.
Road.
Yeah, don't just don't go out and just test the waters because you feel like that now I want to become a travel ball coach and I want to put my team on the road. You can't do that, man. You'll go out there and you'll get embarrassed, and that's the way that you lose kids. That's 100 though,
that's
bro.
The next topic I want to get on, So, growing up back in the day, our coaching staff is like everybody had formal sports or coaching backgrounds, Either they played in high school, they played in college, they played some sort of, involvement in sports. And nowadays it's like, fill in the chat, man. Do y'all think, these coaches should have coaching backgrounds and, just anybody shouldn't be able to coach kids nowadays,
You know what it is? I'll tell you right now. You want me to tell you what it is right now, James?
What's that?
They play Madden and NCAA, then they can run the plays off of it.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm keeping it one. How many times you went out there and saw coaches run Madden plays or try to flip it? And you out there in the field, you seen it before. Like, bro, I just ran out on NCAA, bro.
I feel like because I can't knock everybody. It is volunteers.
No,
and I give I tip my hat out for a lot of these coaches to go out there and volunteer and get a time to keep these kids. Yeah, the good ones to keep these kids off the street, keep them focused. That really, put in the homework, behind the scenes, stuff like that to make sure you preparing these kids for battle or, if they're not, because I done seen it, I done, it's my son's second year, but, I got boys that's 22 and they done been through football and I done been with them every step. So it's like, I done seen every aspect of football and it's like,
you two to help you out, help you coach football because
it's a job, bro.
It's a job. Even though that you're volunteering, it's still a job because you're helping these young men one day look forward to be that D1 athlete, or they looking forward to be that great NFL player, and they start with you. You're starting them off. So, also when I kick it to just to keep on the same subject and not get off a little bit, parents. That's why when you're choosing teams for your kids, I feel that you need to really look at these coaches' resumes before you send them kids to that team, and don't just put them on any team.
Facts.
Right, you know what I mean? So,
facts. And if you go out there, you got, I know we all parents and we all grown. What you do on your own time, but I don't feel like I can trust my kid with somebody I see out, smell like alcohol, blunts in their mouth, pants hanging down.
No.
It just doesn't give. It's not given. It's not good. What the ladies say is not given. And it's just like, you got to hold yourself to, standards. You watch college, you watch NFL, you don't see that. So why do you think you come out here in Little League and show our kids different,
And take this as serious as you would take your regular job when it comes to these young men. Take it
Right.
as serious as you do that.
Yeah.
No matter if you travel ball, no matter if you reg ball, no matter if you even doing flag football. Take it as serious as you would take your day-to-day job, because these are young men that look up to you. These are young men that you might impact their life. These are young men that them 2 hours that you come out there might be the best 2 hours that they ever see in their life.
Facts.
So make them 2 hours count. Make it count.
Facts.
And don't be a low budget coach.
Facts.
Yeah, I said it. I'm talking junk. I don't care.
It's a little spicy today. It's a little
Hey,
spicy, but
but-
it's all real talk.
But
It's all real talk. So let's get on another subject.
before we go to the next subject, don't forget the Hardknock game is coming up.
Yes,
Get
sir.
registered right now.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure that you go in and get registered right now.
We just shot a great commercial.
I like the commercial, man. That was
a lot of people loving the unis right now. We went downtown. We took the kids downtown, man. We did a great photo shoot. We also just did another one for us, just a promo video that's about to drop soon, man. This is the last week for y'all to get that March Madness promo. Like I said, all the prices have been cut in half. So make sure y'all go to hardknocksports.com and register them kids, man. Register for the All-American, man.
Get them registered
'Cause
now.
we got some great stuff going on, man.
Stop
Like I said,
playing, man.
we got some national college players that's going to be guest speakers, man. We put so much into this event.
And y'all got me and a goat that's gonna be at the pep rally, man.
Keeping it
It's
live
about to
in
be
the building.
turned, man. It's about to be turned. It's about to be a banger.
It's going to be crazy.
How you feel about the D1, D2 aspects of it?
Oh, man. I feel like that's, like I said, back in the day when my kids was playing, you had the 110s, the 180s. It was just weight classes in East, North Division or whatever. Now it's D1, D2. Now I feel like that's.
Don't you like that though? I mean, because the
I
competition,
don't
like,
think so.
because
really,
some
it's just a name. It's just a name, and I feel like some people are jumping in these titles or these divisions just because they feel like they want to. We D1,
right?
You're not really D1 material.
Facts.
So I feel like those titles is kind of messing up the flow of sports.
Working a D1 bracket. If
Right.
you're gonna be in a D1 bracket, you have to almost run that program like a high school program. The practices have to be a lot more intense, and the drills have to be a lot more in definition. That's how you become a D1 player.
Right.
I mean D1 team, and your coach got to be able to coach. You got to be able to adjust on the fly in D1. He can't just go in there and think that y'all gonna blow out every team. Y'all might get a couple blowouts, but it's gonna be that team that you're going to play where you're gonna have to be able to adjust, and you can't adjust on the fly, bro. I don't know what to tell you.